पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषः शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा सब एक साथ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्वमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं। ग्रन्थराज श्रीमद्भागवतं की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Is the volume okay? Okay. Hare Krishna. So first of all, my sincere thanks to each one of you. वो थोड़ा सा इसको वो जो है ना थोड़ा सा बढ़ा दीजिए. I will manage from here the volume. ये जो सबसे ऊपर वाला इसको right में हाँ. हरे कृष्णा बस बस. I will keep the.
So you have to keep the distance.
Yeah. So please accept my dandavats. Krishna's mercy, we are all here, utilizing our time. Time is flying. Prabhupada said, at the last minute, even 1 million, 1 billion gold coin somebody wants to give, but we cannot purchase even a second extra. So yesterday is gone, today morning is gone, we are here. Tasya rathe yatakshalo nita uttam shlok vartaya. We are not trapped. आप बच्चों को भेज सकते हैं उधर भगवत गीता क्लास. They want to sit. Okay, fine. Okay, no problem. Yes. Just try to minimize the sound, that's all. No worries. So, where were we? Time flies. Sorry, that moment we discussed is also gone. बहुत बड़ा problem है, right? On the assumption that next moment will come. Actually, Krishna has already arranged the next moment. That is why now I am breathing. Otherwise, finished. So up till now, what is the discussion we have been doing? Kapil Dev and Devhuti Mata. Yes. And what has been the discussion?
So we discussed about the human life.
Yes.
Yeah, and how he suffered, and after suffering, how he take the birth as a human.
Yes.
And last discussion was had for the husband-wife.
Husband-wife. And we saw that how the birth take place, and the child at that time also is also suffering while delivery, and later on also. आप लोग एक काम करिए, don't go, you just sit at the back, so that it will be all right. There is no need for children to go there if they are not comfortable. आप आगे आइए, so that just please इधर ही रहिए, but just a little bit. Sorry about it. थोड़ा सा it will be, because in Kali Yuga my memory is also degrading, so already it is disturbed. आप लोग थोड़ा आगे आ जाइए, पीछे आराम से बैठिएगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, no worry, let them play. Okay. So we saw that the child, when it's birth, that time is suffering, then after arriving here also is suffering, and other people don't know what the child wants. And when even at the age of up to 15, 16 also, the child is not getting what he's wanting to get. So one of the things, one important things, we will just recap. Please repeat. Tadartham kurute karma yadabaddho yati samsrutam yo anuyati tadat klesham avidya karma bandhanaha. So what happens is, we are doing the work for the sake of body. Tadartham kurute karma. For what earth? For the body we are doing. And yad baddho yati samsmriti. Because we are doing for the body, we are bound by it. Because we are going to get the result, so we are bound by it. And the important Bhagavatam information gives is yo anuyati. Anuyayi means what? Follower. Yo anuyati. That yo is not this yo. This yo is that body. The body anuyati. Aage aa jaiye Mataji. Will come ahead. Ya anuyati. That body follows. That body is, so the next body is following us. Dadat klesham. But unfortunately the body only gives misery. That is the problem. And avidya karma bandhanha. So important information here is, whatever action is being done, accordingly a body is being created and is following us right the very moment. Now we came to the last time. Is the attraction of husband and wife good? Any suggestions? My wife is also sitting. If I say yes, then what Bhagavatam is going to say? If I say no, then at home. So what should I say? I will say what? So, okay. First shloka. See, if there is a problem, it means there is a... If there is thirst, there is... If there is hunger, so if there is a challenge Bhagavatam is throwing, Bhagavatam gives a solution also. That is the thing. So, please repeat. Na tathasya bhaven moho bandhanas chanya prasangatah yoshit sangat yatha pumso yatha tat sangi sangataha. Bhagavatam is telling, first for the men, बाद में for the women. न तथा अस्य भवेत मोह. ऐसा मोह और कोई नहीं है. न तथा, न ऐसा है ही नहीं. For the man, भवेत मोह, infatuation. बंधनः च अन्य प्रसंगात. All other attachments are one side. This one is the main one. Yoshit sangat. Yoshit means women. Sangat. The attachment with women, that attachment is far superior than any other attachment. Yatha pumso. Yatha and yatha tat sangati sangataha. Those men who are attached to women, their association is also like that. So let's not judge the shloka right now. Because बोलेंगे यार भागवतम तो ये ऐसे क्या है. But this is a fact. I mean, we can see that. There are different, every day in the news. Mind is so tricky, it will make us do such an action that next moment I am in preparation. I want to kill myself. People are committing suicide. So it's all about, if the information is available, then the solution is available. So Bhagavatam tells that the infatuation and bondage which accrue to a man from attachment to any other object is not as complete as the resulting from attachment to a woman or to the fellowship of men who are fond of women. Prabhu, is this
woman in general, woman, but or is it
Let
child,
us-
it is girl, it is wife, is it mother?
No,
is
see,
it relation.
no, this one is in relation to the three main things which we are attached to in this universe. Everybody is attached to three. No excuses other than the transcendentalists. One is Kamini. For men, women. For women, men. Kamini. Second is Kanchan. That is money and its related things. And after these two are complete, then the third is Kirti. मेरा नाम होना चाहिए. पैसा तो बहुत हो गया, but मेरा नाम होना चाहिए. These are the three things. So first Bhagavatam is explaining a general situation. It is not yet come to a devotee situation. It is still at the platform of what generally happens in this universe. Anybody who comes, this is the situation. Then we also discussed what happened to Brahma. Brahma's daughter was born and she was a hen. She was a female deer. So he took a form of stag and ran behind her own daughter. And then the other devatas had to catch hold of him. Bhai, kya kar rahe ho? So this is they are realized people, but just to show that it comes from that level. Now comes for the power of women as a general statement, and you can see as per the news which is there. Please repeat. Balam me pashya mayayaha stri maya jayano disham ya karoti padakranta bhuvi jambrena kevalam. Kapil Bhagwan is telling, behold, balam me, mera bal dekho. In the Maya, see my power. Stri Maya Jaino. Jaino means conquerors. Disham. जो सब दिशाओं के conquerors हैं, या करोति पदाक्रांतन. They bow down at the feet of the women just by bhruvi, by the eyebrows, jambrena, by the movement of kevalam. Just simply movement of the eyebrows and the person is at the heels of the women. This is the situation from the man side. Now for the women, please repeat. Ya manyate patim mohan manmayam rashabha ayatam स्त्री त्वम स्त्री संगतः प्राप्तो वितपत्या ग्रह प्रदम यम मन्यते पतिम मोहन. In a general sense, due to the illusion, yam manyate, the woman thinks patim mohan mat mayam rishabha ayatam. The same attraction is for the women, for the men, just like we saw the other one. And actually speaking, because the man was attached to the woman, in the next life the man becomes the woman, which we can see in Bhagavatam. It has happened. So a living entity who, as a result of attachment to a woman in his previous life, has been endowed with the form of a woman, foolishly looks upon Maya in the form of a man. Just like the man is looking at the women is looking at the men. At her husband as the bestower of wealth, progeny, house and other material assets. Now comes the question between husband and wife. What is the real meaning of Maya? Literal translation. Then come up here, Prabhu. What is the meaning of Maya? Simply Maya. Illusion, okay. Not connected to Krishna.
Which is temporary.
Okay, fine. Okay, yes.
What is not?
What is not? Hari bol ja. Yeah. One Vaishnava I used to hear, he used to say, these eyes are for seeing what is not. Okay. Literal meaning of Maya is energy. Literal meaning is Maya is energy. And as we know, there are several potencies, but mainly two. One, internal, other one, they are also called by one another name. Internal energy is called as Vidya Maya. Vidya means knowledge. So Vidya Maya takes towards knowledge. And there is another one, Avidya Maya. That is external energy. External energy is having two types again, which is very, very interesting, and I can experience it every day. One is Avarnatmika Shakti.
अच्छा ये लेके चल दिया पापा है ना.
Avarnatmika. What is Avarna?
Cover.
Cover. That internal energy is one. So we will discuss it later. We have now the external energy. The external energy is also called Avidya Maya. This has two major components. One, Avarnatmika Shakti. Its job is to cover the knowledge. पता ही मत करने दो. Don't let the living entity find out only. It's like a curtain. Avarana. That is one. Second one is very dangerous also. That is called Prakshepatmika Shakti. Prakshep. Prakshep means attack. Prakshepatmika Shakti. If one tries to do devotional service, it tries to pull you back. भाई आज सेवा करना है, अब अगले हफ्ते कर लेंगे ना, आज तो बहुत थके हुए हैं, ऑफिस से भी लेट आए हैं, टीवी पे सीरियल अच्छा आने वाला है, वैसे रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं पर आराम से चाय पिएंगे, देखेंगे, काहे को जाने का, फिर चले जाएंगे. दिस इज प्राक्षेपात्मिका शक्ति. भाई जाने मत देना. दुर्गा मैया इज इन चार्ज ऑफ बोथ ऑफ दिस. एक तो ढक के रखो इनसाइड द दुर्ग, इनसाइड द किला, कीप द लिविंग एंटिटीज, ढक के रखो. दूसरा प्राक्षेपात्मिका, जाने की कोशिश करे तो वो क्रैब्स का होता है, राइट? इन द जार इफ यू पुट द क्रैब्स, वन इज गोइंग अप. हाँ. What to speak of human beings? Even crabs are under prakshepatmika shakti. उसको बाहर नहीं निकलने दे रहा. So अविद्या माया के अंदर the whole atmosphere of the material world is avidya, that is external, bewildering energy, mahamaya. Whereas vidya maya जो है, whole atmosphere is. Now the thing is, while these two are different, but they are also convertible. Any examples?
Convertible means?
मतलब जो सडनली माया है एक्सटर्नल, in certain aspects it can immediately change into internal energy, and internal energy can change into external, or the same energy in the same circumstance, in the same place, in the same time can affect one person as external, and same event, same time, everything same as internal. आगे आ जाओ प्रभु जी. So, any example of this? उधर ठंड लगेगी, इधर आ जाओ. हाँ जी. Any example where the same energy is same, Maya is same, but to one person it is attacking as internal, other person it is attacking as external. Vidur, Hari Bol, Jai, big round of applause for Prabhu. नहीं मैंने नहीं, मैं तो खुद यहाँ से कॉपी करता हूँ, मेरा काम टीपने का है. अपना उठो, 1-2 घंटा जोड़ा तो टीपो इसमें से। इसमें से क्वेश्चन बनाते ना भगवान, तो आंसर भी इसमें ही होगा। तो विदुर, क्या हुआ था विदुर के केस में? He came, he was called for counseling. When he was counseling, at that time, Duryodhan was there. He told, ये पाप पुरुष है, इसको यहां से निकालो, अदरवाइज विनाश हो जाएगा। And internally, frankly speaking, hats off to the young Matajis. Despite young children, you have the patience to sit. It's not easy. It's next to impossible actually. So at that time Duryodhan told, इसका सांस खाली छोड़ो, अगर यहाँ रुका तो सांस भी खींच लेना। बोला जिसकी थाली में खाता है वो उसी में छेद कर रहा है, चल निकल यहाँ से। दिस इज विच माया ऑन हिम, दिस इज एक्सटर्नल एनर्जी आ गया उसको। अब विदुर क्या सोच रहा है? भागवतम टेल्स, विदुर क्या सोच रहा है? भगवान की कृपा हो गई, अब जंगल में जाएंगे, टूर पे जाएंगे, एंड आई विल मीट ऑल द सेजेस। प्रभुपाद राइट्स, इवेंट इज सेम, एनर्जी इज सेम, प्लेस इज सेम, सिचुएशन इज सेम, बट एक्चुअली प्रभुपाद राइट्स, विदुर थॉट दैट बाय द ग्रेस ऑफ दुर्योधन, these are his words, by the grace of Duryodhan I will be able to go to the forest. He was not sorry. So this is internal energy on him. And Krishna says, Devi eshi gunamayi mammaya duratya. Here it is the external energy. Okay, but who can get saved? Mame ve prapandante maya metam. हाँ बस, देखिए क्या है, अगर मैंने कहा, सोचा, अरे ये बहुत बढ़िया है, अब मैं ऐसा कर सकता हूँ, इतना मन में आया नहीं कि भगवान टेस्ट लेने भेज देंगे माया को। अब एक्सपीरियंस से बोल रहा हूँ इसलिए हर बार गिरा ही है, क्योंकि हर बार गिरा ही हूँ। मैं सोचा नहीं, मैं ऐसा कर लूँगा, इवन इन दिस फील्ड, ये जरूर ऐसा कर सकते हैं, ऐसा इसमें ऐसा है, अब मैं ऐसा कर सकता हूँ। बस वो सोचा नहीं कि वहाँ पे अगले ही सेकंड या थोड़ी देर के बाद में एक टेस्ट हाजिर हो जाएगा माया का, और उसमें पास नहीं होगी। कोशिश करके देख लो, मेरा तो एक्सपीरियंस यही है।
अच्छा, मुझे लगा कि मेरे साथ ही ऐसा होता है।
किसके साथ?
मुझे लगा मेरे साथ
नहीं ऐसा है नहीं। माया माँ में भी प्रपद्यन्ते, आपने बोला भगवान आपकी कृपा से हो रहा है, मेरे बस का नहीं है, तो माया में ताम तरंती। फिर माया कहती है इसको टेस्ट करने का फायदा नहीं है, तो मेरे बॉस की तारीफ कर रहा है, इसको छोड़ो, आगे बढ़ो, किसी और को पकड़ो। ये रोज की कहानी है जी। अब देखिए जी, प्रभुपाद हस्बैंड वाइफ रिलेशनशिप में क्या बोलते हैं, प्लीज रिपीट। इन द स्टेज ऑफ कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस, however, if a man's and woman's attachment is not to each other but to Krishna, then both of them are equally eligible to get out of the material entanglement and reach the abode of Krishna. For them, the external energy transforms into internal potency. ये है जी। सो अगर सेंटर में भगवान है फिर कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। देखिए ऐसा है, this discussion was happening the other day also. We will touch upon that also, but yes. See, actually speaking, depending on the state of the living entity, it is, I mean, leave the transcendentalist, but otherwise, the first will be a normal physical attraction only. Unless that is there, it's otherwise if that attraction is not there, then it's at a person is a different level. Then they have come to teach others. But if slight desire is there to enjoy sex, then the Varna ashram provides grahastha ashram in which the purpose of Grihastha ashram is that the desire of sex gets reduced, not increased. And if Krishna is in the center, then slowly both husband and wife become Krishna conscious and start serving. See, if you can see, if the only physical attraction is there after, that is the reason why in the West the divorce rate is so high. Because physical attraction after a few years will start declining. But there is no other attraction. Now you look for other attraction. अच्छा वो लड़की अच्छी लग रही है, वो लड़का अच्छा लग रहा है, and therefore it starts. But if you look in the Vedic culture, if in the center Krishna is there, then both of them start serving. There will be differences, there will be frictions, everything will be there. But eventually they will start looking at each other. Bhai mame vanshu jiva loke jiva bhut sanatana. This is gift from Krishna. See, husband wife, few years before the wife was not there for husband, and for wife the husband was not there, for husband the wife was not there. It's not from childhood, right? And later stage also, so there is bound to be difference of opinions. Everything is possible. But if the Krishna is in the center, it will minimize. Even if one has to, if there is some friction also happening, each other will see as a friction between two devotees and not as ये तो मेरा सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन के लिए है, तो मेरा सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन पूरा नहीं हुआ, so now I will fight. That thing reduces. Therefore, eventually the love of or the attachment of each other, param drashtva nivardante, it eventually starts transforming into Krishna in the center, and that is the purpose of Grihastha ashram. Otherwise it will not be called as an ashram. Ashram means a pure place. Ashram, Grihastha ashram, Vanaprastha ashram, all are ashrams, and this is the only ashram which feeds the other three ashrams. So this discussion we were having the other day, that one of the shlokas where Bhagavatam tells us that you should not become a parent unless you are able to deliver your children. कोई है दुनिया में ऐसा? Who can confirm in writing कि मैं कर दूंगा deliver? Prabhupada writes that the real father and mother is that who tries his son or daughter to make them Krishna conscious, teaches them Krishna conscious. That is the meaning of that shloka. Prabhupada writes. I am not saying. So if one is trying his best or her best, Prabhupada actually writes, if that is the goal, you can have more and more children. You can see today in Sanatan Dharma what is happening. Number of people are on decline on Sanatan Dharma. And most of the people have no even theory information. Today we are able to sit and discuss only because our parents gave us the mercy that we are born and they told us about Krishna consciousness, so we are sitting. If we are not there, if I am alone, what will happen to me? What will happen? It's going to be a disaster. So it is, Bhagavatam is very clear, it is the responsibility of the parents to educate. These are Prabhupada words, I can read verbatim, I have brought it today. It is the duty of the parents to educate children in Krishna consciousness, in devotional service. I remember I had one friend, he is in Singapore. His younger brother, he is no more now. He married somebody of another faith. Love marriage. In the beginning went on very well. After some time there were huge frictions. He went and told his mother, "Mother, you have taught me everything. How to earn money, how to get a car, everything you have told me. But you have not told me how to mentally, psychologically deal with this situation. Because if this information is missing, you can imagine the kind of friction the mind will do, and there is nowhere to go. Some people say, अरे आप तो ना भगवान पे डाल करके तो निश्चिंत हो जाते हो. तो क्या बुरा है भाई? अरे वो ब्लड प्रेशर की दवा लेने से तो यही बेटर है कि किसी पे जिम्मेदारी डाल के आप आराम से सो. So इसलिए
In any conflict situation,
any conflict,
it is not taught in school, it is not taught at home,
absolutely.
not taught anywhere.
See the difference, and this is how the mind is trained for a devotee. When the devotee is in a, it is very important. ये भागने वाले बच्चे उधर जाके बैठो, चलो. Go there. Otherwise, homework for you extra today. Forgive me today, but you will benefit tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I don't know where was I. Yeah. So it is our. So yeah. So any situation, as you said, we will not be able to cope up. And so look how the mind of a devotee is trained. In higher stages of devotional service, if somebody harms also, of course, harming should not be physical abuse is there and I am tolerating. Sorry, that's not there. Somebody is saying something against my Vedic culture and I'll keep quiet. No, that is not tolerating. But in office, something has happened and somebody is saying something. The devotee starts thinking, कुछ जरूर मैंने किया होगा जो मेरे पाप काट रहा है. At least it will give relief to the mind, na? A cause to relax. That is such a big information. Because you are now relying कि ठीक है होगा. And you can see what is that. There is one verse which says that the enemy becomes friend. Huh? Enemy also will become friend. Friend to friend hai hai. That is how the devotional service it works. Because unnecessary why some living entity will try to trouble me. There must be something. Kuch to hai. So anyway, let's move further. Please repeat. Prabhupada says about husband and wife. As long as either, yani husband or wife, is attached to the other for such material enjoyment, the woman is dangerous for the man and the man is also dangerous for the woman, because that time the opposite sex is in avidya. But, please repeat, but if the attachment is transferred to Krishna, then both of them become Krishna conscious. Then marriage is very nice because attached to Vidya. Rup Goswami mentions, please repeat the famous one, Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatharam Upayunjataha Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate Anasakta Vishayan. So initially the attachment is of Vishayan, of getting material sense enjoyment. But as Krishna comes in the center, Anasaktasya. That same, we can see a newly wed attraction of man and woman, and after 10 years, is it the same? But if Krishna is in the center, then there is a different kind of affection which will increase. That is the advantage. Huh? So, anasaktasya vishayan, the sensory pleasures, one becomes anasaktas. That's the purpose of grihastha ashram. That slowly, by still going through that, still one is becoming anasaktasya. Anasakta, asakt and anasakt. Asakt means attached. Anasakt means not attached. Yatharam upayunjita. Then both husband and wife, they start using yatharam, using suitably. It's not misuse of the other person. Hey, Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Hey. चलो भाई कौन कौन मुर्गा बनेगा यहाँ पे? I have become in my childhood days, so I have no shame in asking them. हैं? हमने भी खाया करा है तो. So yatharam upayunjata. Don't misuse husband, don't misuse wife. Yatharam upayunjata. Nirbandha Krishna sambandha. Nirbandha means determined. Krishna sambandha. Both are determined in the Krishna sambandha. भैया ये भी भगवान का अंश है, ये भी भगवान का अंश है. Sometimes what happens in devotees? Outside they are very very kind. This one is a devotee, I have to take care. But the moment the person enters home, वो feeling disappears. ये मेरा तो राइट बनता है. भाई उस वक्त भी याद रखो ना यार, ये डिवोटी है भाई. युक्तम वैराग्यम उच्यते. This is yukta means attached, but vairagya. Both are simultaneously. See, in spiritual world, contradictions are reconciled. युक्त भी है पर वैराग्य भी है. अभी बाहर जाके किसी को बोलो ऐसा है, बोले यार क्या बकवास है, पर है ऐसा. Okay. Prabhupada writes, man and woman should live together as householders in relationship with Krishna, only for the purpose of discharging duties in the service of Krishna. Engage the children, engage the wife, engage the husband, all in Krishna conscious duties, and then all these bodily or material attachments will disappear. It started with bodily attachment, but it disappears. Since the medium is Krishna, the consciousness is pure and there is no possibility of degradation at any time. ये है जी. I will read out one incident. Time क्या हो गया प्रभु जी? समय का जो मेन आज का एजेंडा है वहां तक तो आज लगता पहुंचेंगे. Do or die. But I think in the next seva we will be concluding third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Bhagwan ki kripa hai. Okay, I will narrate this. Because sometimes people think marriage, ये तो फंस जाएंगे हम तो. Let's see what Prabhupada has done. There is one Mataji, her name is Saradiya. I will narrate this. Around August of 1968, I went with Malati, Shyam Sundar, Mukund, Janaki, Gurudas and Yamuna to Montreal to see Srila Prabhupada. Saradiya, one of the women devotees, saying this. Those devotees were going to start a temple in London and I was going to Boston to paint with Jadurani. In Montreal, Srila Prabhupada gave us instructions how to do Sankirtan. At that time, Saradiya Mataji is writing, I met my future husband. She is not even 18 years. At that time, I met my future husband Vaikunthanath. I was only 17 years old and was very confused. I went to Srila Prabhupada's room and I told Prabhupada that I was attracted to Vaikunthanath. See, I assumed that Srila Prabhupada would preach me to get me out of Maya. ये क्या है ये सब? कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में बकवास करो, सब बंद करो, क्या है ये सब नाटक? That's what she thought Prabhupada will do. Instead, Prabhupada said, you want to get married? Because other place Prabhupada writes, if the desire is to have devotee children, please produce more. But if that is not, one is not going to teach children Krishna consciousness, then it is raising children like cats and dogs. That is the meaning of that shloka. That one is not a father if he doesn't go through that route. Prabhupada actually writes that is not a real father. He writes that also. Okay. So Prabhupada said, you want to get married? That thought hadn't occurred to me. Can you imagine? But when Prabhupada suggested, I said, okay. Prabhupada said, I will speak to him. Prabhupada is becoming a marriage agent. क्या मतलब? Vaikuntanath was in New York for a brief time, and when he came back to Montreal, Prabhupada called him into his room and asked him if he would like to marry me. Prabhupada called him into his room and asked him if he would like to marry me. He's writing. She didn't even have to ask. Vaikuntanath agreed. Basically, Srila Prabhupada arranged our marriage. Prabhupada told me that when I was 18 and had finished high school, he would perform the wedding. In India, he said, girls get married at the age of 12. But in this country, wait until later. The wedding will be very nice. In May next year, 1969, Prabhupada came to Boston. I had almost finished high school and I thought, okay, this is it. Prabhupada performed a wedding ceremony for Janva and Nand Kishore, Rukmani and Bardharaj and Vaikuntanath and me. This was the first time a Vedic wedding had been performed in Boston, and 2 newspapers also reported it. During the lecture, Prabhupada talked about how a woman should be covered from head to toe, and she knew that it is for her. He said, and they should not wear miniskirts. Everybody laughed, but I knew it was for me. After the wedding, Prabhupada said to me, so Saradiya, now you are happy? Prabhupada was sitting on the Vyasasana and we offered him a lot of prasadam. He looked down at it and said, since I am not God, I cannot eat so much. Also the next morning, Vaikuntanath and I and other devotee went to walk with Prabhupada. Prabhupada said to me, so you are no longer Miss Saradiya. You are now Mrs. Saradiya. Hey, Hare Krishna. One extra homework for him. Now you are Mrs. Saradiya. That was very sweet of him. This is from references from Srila Prabhupada Remembrance by Siddhanta Das. 9:30 तक हम जाएंगे. क्या बच गया?
17.
17. Now Kapil Bhagwan has explained birth, old age, disease, death. Again, going to hell, heaven, or parents are very happy. किसी को तो सुन ले. Forgive me, especially mothers. वो सोच रहे होंगे यार कहाँ आ गए, बच्चों को यहाँ भी डांट पड़ रही है. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. So due to this, so now he has explained birth, old age, disease, death. He has explained 2 migration processes, either through hell, get rid of everything, then come back and then again go through that, or the second one, go directly back to Godhead. These are the 2 routes he has explained. And then he has explained that the body is following us as per the action which we are taking. And then he says, due to his particular, meaning living entity, particular type of body, the materialistic living entity wanders from one planet to another. He is coming towards the end of his advice to Devuti Mata, basically for us. In this way, he involves himself in fruitive activities and enjoys the result incessantly. In this way, the living entity gets a suitable body with a material mind and senses according to the fruitive activities. So now what is to be done? Kapil Bhagwan concludes 3:32:43. Please repeat. Ya idam shrunaya damba shraddhaya purushah sakrata yova abhidhatte mat chittaha sohai eti padvim chame. पहले ट्रांसलेशन फिर वर्ड टू वर्ड देखेंगे. ट्रांसलेशन बाय प्रभुपाद, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. प्लीज रिपीट. एनीवन हु वंस, एक बार, meditates upon me with faith and affection, who hears, chants about me, surely goes back home, back to Godhead. Now let's see the nice arrangement of the shloka word to word. यह इदम शुनयत अम्बा, शुनयत वन हु हियर्स, अम्बा। श्रद्धया, कैसे सुनना है? पुरुष, पर्सन। सकृत, सकृत मीन्स है, ओके। सकृदेव प्रपन्न, वंस, एक बार श्रद्धा से, हे माता अम्बा। somebody who hears, शुनयत, यह व अभिधत्ते, अभिधत्ते means repeats, once who hears and one who repeats once। मत चित्तः, मत मेरा, चित्तः my mind fixed on me। what happens? So who are the two categories? One is who is and one who is repeating. Both of them, what will happen? Sa he, certainly, eti, attains, padvim, they will attain the padvi, the abode, cha me, kaun si padvi? In my abode they will. So this, we should be very happy. Krishna has been kind that we are able to hear and repeat. So therefore Kapil Bhagwan tells, anyone who once meditates upon me with faith and affection, who hears and chants about me, surely comes back to me. So this ends with the 332 chapter of 43. I think, what is the time? 9:27.
No, Prabhu. 9:21.
9:20.
9 minutes left, I think.
अच्छा 9 minutes हैं, चलो ओके, वन मोर श्लोका वी कैन टेक। कल का क्या भरोसा। देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ फिलोसफी। एक तो अपन सबको पता है, आज करे, क्या है वो, काल करे सो आज कर, अब पल में परलय होएगी, बहुरी करे कब। एक दूसरा भी है, आज करे सो काल कर, हाँ। लेकिन जिसने स्टेटमेंट दिया थोड़े साल बाद वो भी चला गया। तो इसलिए बेटर है जितना जल्दी कर ले। ओके, नाउ यू सी, आफ्टर हियरिंग ऑल दिस, देवहूति माता इज प्रेइंग। इतना सब इंफॉर्मेशन दे दिया फ्री में, उनका सब कल्याण तो कंप्लीट हो ही गया। ही इज एनीवे कृष्णा हिमसेल्फ। सो देवहूति माता सेज, प्लीज रिपीट, सत्वं भतो में जठरेण नाथ, कथं नुष्यस्योदर एतदासीत विश्वयुगान्ते वडपत्र एकः शेतेऽस्मि माया शिशुरंग्रिपाणः। देवहूति माता saying, सह यानी द सेम पर्सन, त्वम यानी यू, भ्रतः took birth, मे जठरेना, you took birth in my abdomen। कथम नु यस्य, how is this possible? Because yasya udare etad asit, in whose belly the entire universe is there, that one is sitting in my womb. How is that possible? So she is saying, but then she is saying, how is this possible? How is it possible? Any guesses? अरे वाह, मैसेज आ गया आपके पास।
फोन मिल गया।
हाँ जी। So how is, what is the analogy she is giving, that how is this possible? In whose universe, entire universe is, on whose belly entire universe is there? Damodar, that one is in my abdomen. कुछ अजीब सा नहीं है? She says, Vishwa Yugante. Vishwa means world. Yug Ante. At the end of the Yuga, Vatapatra Ekaha. What is Vatavraksha? What is Vatavraksha? Vatavraksha, बरगद, पीपल का पत्ता, पीपल का पेड़। वटवृक्ष एकः, उसका एक पत्ते के ऊपर, हाँ, शेते स्म माया, आप अगर एक पीपल के पत्ते पे युगांत में लेट सकते हो with full universe in your belly, then why can't you be in my abdomen? भाई एक पीपल के एक पत्ते पे when the pralay happened on the leaf, he was lying, right? Bhagavatam tells that he was relaxing on us as a small baby, doing what? Shishu Angrapani. Shishu means Angrapani means Angra means toe. Pani.
अपना पैर का
तो जब एंड हुआ मिलेनियम का, at that time Krishna was in the form of a small baby with the entire universe in his belly, and he was lying down on that small Vatavraksha, one leaf on the water. If that is possible, why is it difficult to think that he cannot come in my abdomen? वटवृक्ष पत्ते से तो बेटर ही था, मतलब as far as strength is concerned. So she is praying, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you have taken birth from my abdomen, O my Lord. How is that possible for the Supreme One, who has in his belly all the cosmic manifestation? The answer she herself is giving to Kapil Bhagavan is that it is possible, for at the end of the millennium, you lie down on a leaf of a banyan tree, and just like a small baby, you lick the toe of your lotus foot. Bhagavatam writes, why was he licking his foot?
What if, many devotees are like, saying, they are talking about my feet. What is there in the
Round of applause for Sant Prabhu. So, just like he took form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to enjoy what, or he himself became Radharani to enjoy what they are enjoying about me, and everybody is worshipping to my lotus feet and they are so happy. Let me suck that and see why is that happiness coming. So like that. So Prabhupada writes, Devoti suggests, your lying down within the abdomen of a common woman like me is not so astonishing. You can lie down on a leaf of a banyan tree and float on the water of devastation as a small baby. Then why can't you be in my womb with entire universe? Since all the great sages and devotees apply all energy and all activities in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord, there must be some transcendental pleasure in the toes of his lotus feet. The Lord licks his toe to taste the nectar for which the devotees always aspire. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please forgive for chastising the children, but I think it will be good for them and for us too. But hats off to you, because with small children it is impossible to sit in a Bhagavatam Seva. I don't know how this is happening. Krishna's mercy only. It's not possible. You have seen normal programs when they happen, all the Matajis will take their children and go outside, or Prabhujis will have to take the Seva. Only adults are sitting. But Krishna is so kind. So we must make best use of the time, because we are able to do this by Krishna mercy. I don't know how come suddenly there is pin drop silence. They're gone, is it? So thank you to all the Matajis. Despite that, small children, they are making prasadam. Prabhuji is from office, Mataji is from office. Somebody has to go to the airport also. But Srimad Bhagavatam is Muhur Ahora Sukha Muhur Bhavuka. The more you want, the more you get, you say, give me more. Okay, call the children. Let's do the. Maybe next class I think we should be able to complete third canto. I think. So that do or die a precarious situation will be next time.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Kapil Bhagwan tells this. I am not telling. हाँ जी भाई साहब आ जाओ केशव दीता बंद करके बच्चों की तरफ लगा दे